Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Traveling Tarot. This is your daily psychic forecast for Friday, August 16th, 2019. My name is Stephen Dillard Carroll, and this is a reading for the collective today. Again, how are you guys doing this morning? I always like to ask how everyone is feeling, how everyone is doing. Feel free to comment down below in the comment section. Let me know how your day is going so far. As always, my hope and prayer is that there's always something good and positive that can be gleaned from all of my readings, regardless of your present circumstance. And at the very least, my hope and prayer for you is that you will finish this video feeling emboldened and empowered to make good and positive choices in your own life to help you lead your best life possible. So with that in mind, let's get down to our story for today. Every day has a story, and we are the players in that particular story. So let's see what the main plot line for today is. And that plot line is brought to us by the Ace of Michael. There he is, the Ace of Michael. And the Ace of Michael says, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. Ace of Michael. So let's also see what the two subplots for today are. So we've got the Ace of Michael, who is saying a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. So clearly I'm getting, communication and relaying of ideas and perhaps the problems that might go along with that in communicating your ideas to other people or their ideas to you. We can be on the receiving end of not quite getting what the other person is talking about. So that's immediately what I'm getting from the Ace of Michael today. But let's see what the two subplots for today are. And the first one is brought to us by the Four of Gabriel. Time for a celebration. Abundant rewards for hard work. Release yourself from burdensome situations. So there's the Four of Gabriel right there. Beautiful picture. Four of Gabriel. So let's see what the third subplot of today. Again, this feels like a work situation, and bringing ideas to the forefront and allowing them to cook and being able to communicate good ideas and good processes to each other, and then celebrating your hard work because it is blessed and that you are building something together. So that's so far what I am seeing for today, but let's see what the third subplot for today is. And that subplot, okay, that subplot is brought to us by the Page of Gabriel. And there is the Page of Gabriel right there. And the Page of Gabriel is energetic, brave, optimistic, and playful. Follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge. Opportunities for excitement and adventure. So yes, this is definitely a work/life kind of a situation wherein your passion, the Page of Gabriel, has turned into something that you've remixed your passion into something that perhaps can pay the bills, and not just pay the bills, but perhaps even allow you to explore other passions and live that kind of a lifestyle. So that's what I'm getting, really quickly overview, but let's dig deep. Okay, so we'll start with the Ace of Michael. This is our main plot for today, the Ace of Michael. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. So whatever idea that you've come up with, whatever idea that perhaps you have had cooking in your mind and cooking in the kitchen for a while, it's a good one. It's a really, really good idea. Therefore, you should pursue it. The Ace of Michael is all about those kinds of beginnings. Ace of Michael is connected to the sword suit, actually. And the Ace of Michael is saying, go for it. Take that sword out and, charge and do it. And don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. And that actually speaks to me today. I'm going to let you behind the curtain a little bit today. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Actually, this is the second video that I have recorded for today, because the first video actually got corrupted somehow and would not upload to YouTube. So it was a great video. It was almost 40 minutes long, and it was a great video. And after hours and hours and hours of working with it, I finally gave up on it and have recreated this new video. But I did not allow bumps in the road to hinder my progress today, and neither should you. I get the feeling that today is just one of those days. Not only was my file corrupted somehow, but my candles went out. I had to replace the candles, and my phone went off in the middle of my reading too, and it was just one thing after the other after the other. And so what I'm thinking is, if that could happen to me today, it certainly could be happening to some of you today as well. It just seems like obstacle after obstacle after obstacle has popped up, and annoyance after annoyance after annoyance has popped up, and it's like, today is not my day. Maybe I need to go back to bed and start over. No, the Ace of Michael is saying, keep going, keep pursuing it, keep pushing forward. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. So, and then finally, clearing up communication problems with others. And again, I think this is a work issue wherein perhaps you and your either coworker, partner in business, or a supervisor or a manager, or even perhaps clients that you work with, or the public that you work with. Maybe communication is just a little bit off today, and this is saying, what, instead of throwing up your hands and in despair and in surrender, perhaps the idea here is to consciously change the way that you are communicating, saying, okay, I'm not getting my ideas, thoughts through to this other person today. Let me change my tactic, and instead let me listen to the other person. Perhaps that's something that needs to be done today. Instead of talking, which, is ironic because I talk for a living. Instead of talking, perhaps you need to sit back and just listen for a while, because when you listen and really, really hear the person, perhaps new ideas and new ways of actually communicating with each other will actually open up to you. So the Ace of Michael is saying, do what you need to do to consciously bridge that gap in communication today. My bridge how I bridged the gap today was I had to create a new video. I had to start from scratch. And if that's something that you have to do today, if you have to start from scratch in the middle of your day, so be it. But the Ace of Michael is saying, regardless, keep pushing forward, keep moving forward, keep evolving and changing. Now we go to the Four of Gabriel. And there's the Four of Gabriel right there. Beautiful card. Time for celebration. Abundant rewards for hard work. Release yourself from burdensome situations. Okay. Usually the Four of Gabriel is connected to the Four of Wands and the Rider-Waite deck. And usually this is a card about building a happy home, building a happy couple, creating the foundation for their home. But in this situation, because I feel like this is a work reading today, I think that this has to do with building a strong foundation for your business, building a strong foundation for your work environment, building a strong foundation for how you proceed throughout your day as far as your job or career goes. When you build a solid foundation, great things happen. And when great things happen, it's time for a celebration. Whenever the Four of Gabriel comes up or the Four of Wands in the Rider-Waite, I always say, whatever you're building right now, you're building a strong foundation. And that foundation is going to hold up whatever it is that you are creating. Which, when we go back to the Ace of Michael, if you're building something out of a foundation of miscommunication, if you're building a foundation out of throwing your hands up in surrender or despair, if you're building your foundation out of an idea that you think might work but you don't have the courage or the pride within yourself to actually make it work, when you build your foundation on that, things actually crumble. And so the Ace of Michael is saying, I encourage you to go forward with that wonderful idea. I encourage you to not allow bumps in the road to deter you from your progress. And I encourage you to heal communication wounds that are happening, because you are building something that the universe wants to last. So it's not just that you're building something that you want to last. You're building something that the universe has blessed, and the universe actually wants it to succeed. So, even if you're just a worker bee in a cubicle somewhere, and, you are doing drone-like work, I remember those days. Even if you are doing that, you are there for a specific purpose. You're there to help build something. And when you do that, celebrate your work. Celebrate what you have brought to the table. Abundant rewards for hard work. The abundant rewards could be a raise or a promotion or a commendation of some sort. You're building that foundation. And again, even if you are a worker bee and a room full of worker bees in cubicles, you are all building something together. And there's no reason why you shouldn't celebrate that. And there's no reason why you shouldn't reap the rewards for all of the hard work that you are putting in. And it also says to release yourself from burdensome situations. Communication problems can be a huge burden in the workplace. And so because of that, I just strongly encourage you to mend those gaps, bridge those gaps in communication, so that that load is lightened a little bit. And so now we go to the page of Gabriel, and I'll show you that card one more time. There he is. And the Page of Gabriel, again, is energetic, brave, optimistic, and playful. Follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. There may be some of you out there that have this great idea, but you don't exactly know how to remix it into something that perhaps can pay the bills. The Page of Gabriel is advising you to figure out a way to turn your passion into something that is will produce results as far as finances go. The Four of Gabriel, when we talk about, working as a worker bee or as a cubicle drone, and that kind of lifestyle, that should not deter you. Again, Ace of Michael, that should not deter you from following your dreams or following your goals or following your passions. Abundant rewards await you, even if your goals for your own life aren't matching up with your current work situation. That doesn't mean that you can't actually work towards those goals in your free time. I often tell people in my private sessions with people that if you have an idea, if you have a goal in mind, if you want to work towards working for yourself, start small. Do it a couple hours a day. Do it on the weekends. Do it whenever you have free time. Toni Morrison, who passed away recently, and is a Nobel laureate for her books and her plays. She got up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day to write her first novel. She got up at 4 o'clock in the morning before she went to work and spent a couple of hours working on her book. She put in the hard work, and when she published her first book and it received so much acclaim, she was celebrated for that. She figured out a way to do the Page of Gabriel. If Toni Morrison, one of our greatest novelists, one of our greatest writers to ever walk this planet, was able to do that, then so can you, because as wonderful and as powerful as Miss Morrison was, she certainly was no superhero. And so because of that, the Page of Gabriel is saying, so can you. It's very important to follow your passions. And it's very important for you, for all of us, to never lose that excitement over whatever we do for a living. And it also says you are ready for any challenge. And again, Ace of Michael is saying don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. This is saying that there's a lot going on as far as obstacles and bumps in the road and, diversions that are going on. Never allow that to deter you from your goals, because you are ready for anything that comes and blocks your way, even temporarily. So again, this is a work situation. All of this is a work situation, whether you work for someone else, work for yourself, or are trying to create something for yourself. The main plot for today is for you to keep going, to keep progressing, to keep growing, to keep doing what you're doing, because it will bring you blessings. So, thank you, universe, for that wonderful, wonderful blessing. Thank you for that wonderful, wonderful encouragement. Thank you for giving us those words today. So now let's get to the nitty-gritty and see what specifically perhaps we need to focus in on today. So we'll give the cards another good shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. and put them back together any way we want. And let's turn over some cards and see what the universe has to say. All right, let's dive in. The Six of Swords. It is in the reverse position, and there is the Six of Swords. This is saying that you don't have to travel far to I'm getting that this has to do with the Page of Gabriel, and I don't know how to remix my passion into something that pays the bills. I don't know how to remix my passions into a career. I don't know how to remix my passion into something that allows me the freedom to explore other passions. The Six of Swords is saying you don't have to look that very far. You don't have to travel around the world. You don't have to even create something. You don't have to create something big and broad and huge. You don't have to go very far to find inspiration. And that inspiration, we're going to get to the Page of Pentacles here, but it's all connected. This is saying that you're thinking it's too big, that it's too massive, that you'd have to do all of this stuff in order to accomplish this, and you don't even know where to begin. You don't have to travel that far. You don't have to start small. I guess is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to, quit your job tomorrow. You don't have to deplete your life savings and your 401k into a dream, at least not right this minute. You don't have to do all of this in order to reach your goals. Your goals and dreams are actually very, very close to home, which leads us to the Page of Pentacles. I often tell people when this kind of issue comes up in private readings, I say, the best way to figure out, what our dreams are and what our passions are is to go back to when we were children. What brought us joy as children? What brought us happiness as children? What did we want to be when we grew up, when we were children? What were the fantastical things as children that we believed were possible? Start there. And when you do, it'll be easier to figure out how to remix that into an adult thing that can be a career for you. The Page of Pentacles is saying, learn. Figure it out in a way. You don't have to, again, you don't have to start out big. You don't have to travel. You don't have to be out there so much. Did I show you the Page of Pentacles? I'm not sure. I don't think I did, but there it is. The Page of Pentacles is right there for you. This is saying go back to basics and start small. Start small. Do it here. Do it there. When you can find a couple of hours to do it, work on it then. And the more that you work on it, the more ideas that will come to you as far as what your passions are and how to remix that into your adult life. Start small. Allow yourself the learning curve that it's going to take to make your dreams come true. Allow yourself to learn as much as you possibly can. The Page of Pentacles is saying you're at the very, very beginning of this process. There is no reason why you have to do everything right now. Start small. Allow yourself to learn as much as you possibly can And then as time progresses, that's when you start adding more things to it, which, again, Page of Swords. And there's the Page of Swords. It's in the reverse position. Swords are all about movement. Swords are about cutting to the quick. Swords are about making it happen and making it happen quickly. The Page of Swords is saying, don't do that. The easiest way to get discouraged, the easiest way to get burned out, the easiest way to give up altogether is doing too much to begin with. I feel like I need to move these cards up more so that you can actually see them. Doing too much at the very beginning is a recipe for failure. When we talk about who wins the race, the tortoise or the hare, the tortoise always wins because the race isn't won by quickness necessarily. It's won by determination and continuing to move forward, Ace of Michael, step by step by step. Don't do too much right now. Allow your dreams to cook. Allow your dreams to grow. Allow your dreams to evolve. Allow yourself the time to build something incredible, the Four of Gabriel. Allow yourself the time to actually put in the work of creating this wonderful thing that you're about to create. Again, the Four of Gabriel. Cut yourself some slack. This is also when things don't come as easily for you, to cut yourself some slack. There is a learning curve, as we talked about with the Page of Pentacles. With the Page of Swords, just because something doesn't come quickly doesn't mean necessarily that it won't come at all. It just means that some things take longer than others. And so it would do you well to cut yourself some slack today. Don't give in to frustration. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Again, Ace of Michael. It's all connected. Cut yourself some much needed slack today. And know that some things just take longer than other things. But as long as you're working towards it, a wonderful new idea, as long as you are moving forward, it doesn't matter how quickly you're moving forward. The idea is to move forward. And finally, we have the King of Swords, which is very much connected to the Ace of Swords. It's the completion of the sword journey. It starts with the Ace of Michael, or the Ace of Swords, and it ends with the King of Swords. There is a finish line to all of this. Things will get easier. You will be able to master things. You will be able to move forward with things in a much easier fashion than when you perhaps started things. Ace of Michael, Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles. There will come a day when it'll be just like second nature to you. There will come a day wherein you will be the expert in your field, and that you will be called upon for your expertise. That day will come. Is that day here today? Probably not. But this is saying that if you keep going, if you keep doing the Ace of Michael, if you keep working with that wonderful idea, if you keep building that good foundation, if you keep on following your passion, this will come. In fact, I'm getting very, very strongly that it takes all of this. It takes all three of these cards to get here. If you're doing all six of these things, this is going to happen. It has no choice but to happen. The universe follows rules. And this is saying, if you do all of this, success is in your future. What a wonderful thing. So now let's do an affirmator at work. I'm not paid to promote this, but I do this with every video. I just love these affirmator cards. I think they're clever. I think they're funny. I think they're cute. And I love working with them every day because they give us a little kickstart, a little jolt, a little bump to our day. So we will shuffle them, give them a little shuffle, 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 and see what the our affirmation may be for today. So let's shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Do it one more time, and then we'll clip. Okay. And our affirmation today is filling the well. Filling the well. And what this says is feeling like your brain could use a tiny jump start for medical transplant. It might be time to take a break and go explore some completely unrelated territory for a few days. Wells can only provide so much water before they dry up, and brains are the same way. Regardless, your brain could use a kick in the brain pants, so step away from your routine and head to the nearest museum, park, concert, or chowder cook-off. Do it now. Hurry before your bosses see you climbing out the window. How cute. I love this. I think this, and again, filling the well, I think this really has to do with the Page of Swords. It's very frustrating when things don't happen right now, immediately, quickly, happen right when we want it to happen. Sometimes it's best to cut ourselves some slack, allow things to progress as they will, and even allow it breathing room to cook, allow it breathing room to evolve and expand. Very often we're like, go, 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 now, 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 here, 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 now, 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 when things just take time. And I just feel as if this is encouraging us to stay in balance. You know, yes, do the work, put in the hours, put in those 10,000 hours until you become an expert in your field. But at the same time, allow yourself those moments of rest, of relaxation, of recharging, of turning your brain off to this incredible thing that you're trying to build, and allow yourself to think about other things just for a little while. So keep in balance, everyone. That is what this affirmation is advising us to do today. And of course, as we end today's reading, I will give you my affirmation. Love yourself first. Love yourself foremost. Love yourself completely, fully, and wholly. Love yourself unconditionally. Love yourself first, and everything else will fall into place. That I promise you. Please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all. Oh, have a great Friday. Have a fantastic Friday, everyone. And I will see you all tomorrow.